o panagtigom nga gihimo sa inisyatibo bali sa DPWH kabayan anang pagbungkag lagi nga kay huli pa or pulihan sa bako na bali nga tulay trust bridge na gyapon pero upat na kalin wala nito nga wala gid maski isa kay dayon dito nga ang representante sa local historical commission wala pod sila na explainan o mga kinsa tong mga interesado sa kasaysayan sa atong dakbayan o mga gitawag nato nga mga heritage advocates wala po sila nagpadala og representante. So wala po sila nasayod. Ang ilang mga kabalaka nga naa nila gipahungaw sa social media, wala bali nila gyud ingon nga nakuha ang katubagan gikan gyud bali sa DPWH o sa ato bali dakbayan. Kung unsa gyud ang plano unsa pastada sa pagguba sa mga tulay. Kaya may tabo Mr. Chair sa ako bali pagduki-duki sa mga bali nga isyu ang pagpuli gubaon magyud ang mga tulay kay dili magyud badala sa retrofitting lang. So maski tud abayan nimo wala lang gyapon pulos kay naa man ang daan nya ang bato ipag-abay lugar nimo magguba gyapon malumpag gyapon ang daan. So ang sugyod sa DPWH pulihan gubaon gyud bali ang kasamtangan nga tuling nga truss bridge ang Carmen Bridge dayon maghimo upat kalin mao gyapon ang disenyo. Truss bridge gyapon siya curve type gyapon siya ang disenyo. So muna ang nitabo. Galing lang kay ang Local Historical Commission o mga heritage advocates wala man nagtambong Mr. Chair. So nitabo naaman ng lupad ang mga nagadaya, mga isyu, ang mga kabalaka sa pagtumo nga nganong kuno wala natong giprotektahan bali ang Carmen Bridge. Naapo dayon ang atong issue bali sa DPWH nga ingon sila kinahanglan ang safety. So para gid mahupay ang mga kabalaka sa tanan matagaan katumbagan ang mga pangutana, matagaan katinawan ang mga nakadayo mga punto kabayan aning controversial bali nato ang expansion o replacement sa kining Isalina Bridge or Carmen Bridge. Ang ayan yun, nga naay tawagon nato nga panagtigom, laing hugna nga panagtigom, Mr. Chair, din atong dapiton sa sublik. Ang DPWH, ang mga heritage advocates kay sila man gyud ang saba kabayan aning isyu o tanan nga mga stakeholders aron ato na gyud ning matuldukan ang kani nga isyu. Daghang salamat.
Okay, we go to the process to have this referred before the judgment. So, Councilor John Michael Seno.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Presiding Officer, the gentleman of First District, Honorable Mayor Lee Galizo, and of course the members of the 28 City Council, Friends of the Media, and fellow Kagayanos, and hapong ganun. Wala pong special report ni Councilor James Judith, no? Ang ako lang gusto may balan is that this representation as committee chair of the Committee on Public Works doesn't have an information that said that Isalina Bridge would be removed or demolished or replaced for now. And may I ask the good councilor if he could provide an information whose office gonna implement, because we have these stages in how to implement the said project. Say for example, for DPWH regional office, they can only implement 100 million plus projects that's under the region. And of course, the district engineering, both District 1 and District 2, 100 million pabos, silahan ang mag-handle. Now, my question would be, kinsa ba mag-handle? Region or district offices? If district offices, saan mo na, tunga-tunga man na tulay. Oh, so that's my question kay base na itong imbitaron na District 2 Engineering Office, hindi sila mo mag-implement. District 1 Engineering Office, hindi mao. Or we will need an information to this so that we could arrive a better solution on this regard. And kasi una lang, Mr. Presiding Officer, kinahanglan sa tutukan. Kay, let's say for example, I don't understand the logic ng kinahanglan nga gubaon na siya. Una, na kung pangutana, ang traffic congestion sa area kung bumaon na siya. Or i-provide kung mo siya 4 lanes, unahon sa itong duha sa outer lane, pabilin sa ito, while kakamulog na kunsak, pabilin sa duha, para na maagian ang duha ka lane. Ikatulo, Ano kinahanglan pa man nga gubaon na wala may mga heavy equipment or heavy nga trucks nga pangagi diya kay bawal man. Mo galing nang ipaubusan nato ang loads nga mga diya na dapita tungod kay dugay na kay nasa mong area o nag-retrofit na siya. And sa akong nasabtan, Mr. Presiding Officer, even our Marcos Bridge, gina-retrofit mo gyapon na nila from time to time, no? It's mandatory maintenance, ginatawag nila sa DPWH. Now, that's my question, Mr. Presiding Officer, and hopefully, the good councilor from 2nd District would help us in providing that vital information so that we could proceed past the Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you so much and good afternoon to everyone.
Thank you very much to the Honorable John Michael Steno. Well, it is best for us to hear the answers from the horse's mouth. So the appropriate venue for that is the joint meeting, as has been prayed by the reporter. So the prayer of the good reporter is this. So thank you very much to the good reporter, the Honorable James Judy. Next reporter, please. Councilor Roger Abada is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer, Councilor General Romeo Calizo. Of course, the members of the 28th City Council and all people who are watching us virtually and physically who are here in the gallery. Friends, ngayong hapon sa tanan. On the outset, before go magsusunod, last July 8, 2023, this representation was commissioned by the Honorable City Mayor to represent him on the 5th celebration of the Worldwide Fund, Philippines, a worldwide advocate in no plastic in nature. And CdeO was awarded as one of the global partners in pushing circular solution to address the plastic pollution towards achieving a vision of no plastic in nature. No less than His Excellency Christian Lister, Ambassador of Norway, and DNR Secretary Louis Saga, who handed the award. So that's my special part of my special report. Now, my report today is similarly related to plastic pollution. Now, let me bring to you a published article in the Philippine Daily Inquirer dated July 16, 2023. Particularly the outcome of the COA, Commission on Audit Report, has warned about the availability of sanitary landfills in the country are fast filling up, and only a few new ones have been constructed to meet the increasing amount of waste produced daily. Now, this problem is not unique to the Philippines, but also faced by other countries. Imagine if landfills across the world are filled to capacity, it will be an environmental disaster. Now, the COA report said, as of 2021, there are 245 operational sanitary landfills, but these are serving only 478 or 29.25% of the country's 1,634 LGUs, and are barely enough to receive the 12,091 tons of waste produced per day nationwide, equivalent to almost 600 garbage trucks. According to in CdeO, according to CleanRo, there are estimated 1,600 cubic meter of garbage collected per day, and 48,000 cubic meters estimated collected per month. So almost 3 years ago, the DNR targeted the construction of 300 new sanitary landfills, but reports stated that only 56 have been built since mainly because of LGU's limited resources. What's worse is also getting more expensive to our trust in the NCR alone, no? Metro Manila. The Metro Manila Development Authority spent 3.36 billion last year for environmental sanitary services to collect garbage. In CDO, is more or less than 200 million solid waste for solid waste management. So solid waste management is very complicated or problem that involves many stakeholders, but it boils down to the unmitigated production and generation of waste. Karang atong garbage diya karon sa sanitary landfills na nasa Pagalungan, more than 10 years na naatanan niya ang mga garbage na stock. Wa yun mahilabdi. So na diya karon. So particularly kaning plastic exacerbated, no? Nakadugang worse ang kaning plastic na stored, no? Diyan sa sanitary landfill by because of poor segregation resulting in landfills filling up the mix with waste by diverting them to materials recovery facilities or MRFs. But because of segregation, it is not done conscientiously, responsible way. Waste items like food scraps, paper, plastic, or liquid are all mixed up in landfills. Karon, naadi tanan to decompose, and this could be hazardous to human health and in the environment due to the runoff that they release into soil and harmful gas into the atmosphere. Now, Section 12 of our ordinance, number 13378, 2018, the Integrated Ecological Solid Waste Management, requires schools and other educational institutions and offices of national government, agencies, and private corporations shall come up with ecological waste management program, including segregation. I am emphasizing this, segregation, at a source and provision of material recovery facility. Information received from personnel, one of the famous school institution here in CdeO, nag-comply sila sa kining pag-segregate sa mga sa mga ilang waste or garbage. But ang problema kay paghaul sa mga kanang sa garbage, itampol gyapon, itipol gyapon pa sa basura. So useless ang kining segregation sa kay is tapo ra gyapon. Kaya nga naman, dapat ka kanang segregated nga mga kanang mga pusdan pa recycle, dili na ilabay dito sa, dili na i-appeal, dito na ibili na siya. Pero na tabo, tanan nga koleksyonon ang So, they also collect and dump mix as segregated waste, no? So, Section 13 of the same ordinance, atong ordinansa, this in relation to Republic Act 9003. The duty of the Barangay Council primarily to enforce and supervise the solid waste management, collection, segregation, and resource recovery of the waste generated by the household, buildings, their premises, or place of business within the respective boundaries. Now, musuroy ta karon sa mga kabarangayan. Kung naabay, na-observe pa rin silang nabay ilang segregate ang naay mga segregation site giputan. Dito po sa Metro Manila, labi na doon dito sa Diliman, Quezon City, kaya natin. Kumplito yun ang ilang nakit sila mga trust dito nga segregation. No? But in Cagayan de Oro, I do not know. Sulay na ito pagwa, no? Ang nagsildo na ang Cagayan de Oro sa mga barangays, patuloy ng mga truck sa huli, kabayaran. Supposedly, under Section 13, under Section uh, 14 of the ordinance, uh, the source of duration of waste shall be determined by the barangay council. Section 15, the MRF for condominium and supervision and developers in CdeO shall provide space for MRF for material recovery facilities to store recyclables and process of compostable and of the homeowner. Section 18 of our ordinance, the collected biodegradable and recyclable waste shall be dropped off of barangay MRF. Only the residual, emphasize the word residual and special waste shall be brought to disposal site or sanitary landfill. Ang nahitabo lagi karon tanan hakuton ang basura. Tanan hakuton. Supposed to be ibilin katong ma-puslan pa, ma-recycle pa. So, the COA also found out that many LGUs not establish a solid waste management board. Una ang galing, hindi sa ato, sa Cagayan de Oro, wala ka function. It's just mere organization, compliance lang, nga maka-organize. So, they have not submitted their SWM plan. What is SWM? Solid waste management plans. And have not built MRFs, material recovery facilities, as required under Republic Act number 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. Sobra na ni 20 tuig ganing nga balaod. The LGUs are required to divert at least 25% of their locality's solid waste, meaning to reuse, recycle, and compost and other recovery activities. From time to time, Republic Act 9003 was adopted in 2001, and to increase the goal every 3 years thereafter. However, the COA said, more than 20 years after the passage of Republic Act 9003, solid waste generation in the country has steadily increased from 9.07 million metric tons in 2000 to 16.63 million metric tons in 2020. Now, in CdeO, from 530 more or less cubic meter has increased to 1,600 cubic meter per day. From 30,000 cubic meters per month rose to 48,000 cubic meter per month as of this report. So the situation may be attributed to the frail, hinay or luya ang enforcement and compliance with the law due to political, financial, and technical limitations of the LGUs and the implementing agencies. Ako ka nga finding. So aside from the Republic Act 9003, the country has also more than enough laws to address the waste problem, including Republic Act 11-1898 or the Extended Producer Responsibility Act or the EPR in 2022, which obliges companies to take responsibility for the recovery, recycling, or disposal of plastic that they produce. Regulations are in place such as the DNR order to LGUs to establish ordinances instructing barangays to undertake waste segregation at the source and to act against those who will not comply. No words yet on what has been done with the non-compliance. And it remains to be seen whether all these laws are just lip service. More than anything, the government needs to be more creative in addressing plastic waste production. Still the biggest source of waste, instead of passing the buck or passing laws, only to half-heartedly, implementing them. It can start by strictly implementing the laws as well as continuously exploring practical options. Other countries can provide models on how to address the ever-growing waste problem. For example, in Colombia, has incentivized its recycling initiative through EcoBot, ECOBOT, a reverse vending machine. It put up its shopping malls, institutions, and public spaces. Anyone who deposits plastic bottles or cups can get coupons ranging from restaurant or shopping discount or movie tickets, etc. From projects partnered, the plastic waste collected is then sent to recycling plant. So, in Indonesia, people can trade garbage for medical services and medicines through its garbage clinical insurance. So there are many ways to improve solid waste management so that landfills would not face overcapacity, just as there are many solutions to reduce the garbage that we produce, decrease producer or plastic products has committed reduction of their production, encourage the public to recycle, help fulfill their mandate of segregating waste at the source, build more MRFs, implementing the country's environmental laws and strictly. If all this come together, we would be racing against time to build more landfills to accommodate all trash that we recklessly generate. Ang atong sanitary landfill, akong pag-inquire sa Inro, more than 10 years na, as of now, almost full na ang usak ka sila usak ka site, no? Usak ka site, puno na. So, na-stock na diya ang mga lain-lain nga mga waste kaya wala man yung nag-segregate ang CdeO. Wala pag-segregate. So, munang natanan diya ang waste karon sa atong sanitary landfill. Now, I have another information nga punta kanang atong water waste treatment facility, kanang litsis, kanang mga mga fluid liquid, no? Munta na mag-treat sa atong mga kanang mga spill out, but until now, wala pa nag-operate, under construction pa. So wala pa na human, dapat in place na ang kanang operation sa atong sanitary landfill. Ang atong facility para sa hazardous waste, during my inspection and latest verification from the personnel thereof, wala pa daw ng function. Kaya pagkikas sa mga hospital, sa mga wala pa ng function. So, I suspect yung isagol rin po niya ang kanang mga hazardous waste. So, they are being disposed in our sanitary landfill. It's very hazardous to health and environment. Bad scents or odors can be felt by residents nearby now in our sanitary landfill. Now, my colleagues in this City Council, Mr. Vice Presiding Officer, this representation, this report is referring this matter aside from my committee to the Committee on Barangay Affairs and Health Committee on Health to address the current city's waste management situation, especially our sanitary landfill. Thank you very much.
So again, a joint committee. So the committees on health, barangay affairs, and committee on environment. Yes, the Honorable Councilor Bernie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May hapon daw sa tanan nga natin ni may hapon. Mr. Chair, dako akong kalipay sa gibuhat nga report ni Kuya Roger Cabaday, Mr. Chair. And kabalo ko nga dugay ra kay ni nga problema sa dakbayan o kaning segregation ng mga sa basura dugay ra ni nay ordinansa. Sa ako pang giingon, being a legislator for a year, dagan na kay tay mga ordinansa nga ngipon ra gyud kulang. Namang galing ngipon pero basin puros ra bag-ang dili hait basig kailangan pulihan og bangkil. Mr. Chair, tana dawaton sa atong good reporter si Kuya Roger Abaday nga i-appeal tana ang climate change nga committee para aning kaning joint hearing because I will really by heart mo partner sa akong Kuya Roger na tanaw nato tawagon nato ni tanan mga sa barangay sa kaning mga basurero tanan kung unsay challenge ani Mr. Chair. Pagbuhat sa ordinansa atong ginadebatihan kung unsay dapat na diaa pero kaning tanan atong pagdebate o paghiring wa ginipulos pag-abot sa implementasyon di gyapon nato mabuhat. So ako please hopefully tanan dawaton ni Kuya Roger Abaday nga ma-appeal ang climate change sa komitiba para I will me myself also as an advocate Mr. Chair na gusto nato mahinlo kining dagpayan sa Cagayan de Oro na ato gining tutukan maminaw ta sa mga ahensya, sa mga agency, kung unsa man gid ang problema ani para atong matimbang-timbang tanan Mr. Chair kung sa angay buhaton. Daghang salamat Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Bernice Pasha. Of course, we are going to include the Committee on Climate Change in the referral. Maybe recognize first the Honorable Ian Adjas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chair, napasa na proposed ordinance kato tugkaran ko limpyan is already approved by the committee level. Thank you, Dr. Ani. So, the spirit ani nga ordinance sa Mr. Chair na every once a month, every third Saturday, ang barangay, no? Ang barangay mulibot sa matagsuna. Tan-awon kung kinsa tong mga balay, mawala nakasibigay, wala nakatuman sa atong 9003 na Solid Waste Management Act. Ug uban pa na mga pwede nato ma-implementar sa pagpaglimpyo sa atong tugkaran. Ako ni gisulti Mr. Chair kay uta mahatagan na kini og higayon nga ma-approve kini nga ordinansa aron maobligar nato ang barangay nga implementar nila ilang solid waste, ato silang i-obligar nga musuroy matagsuna, ato silang i-obligar nga ang katawhan magsugod na gyud og pagpanglimpyo. Kini nga balaod Mr. Chair. Ako ning nasugdan kaniya isip ko sa kakapitan. Nakita na ako kung naay balaod nga magmandato sa usa ka kapitan, usa ka barangay, na sa matag bulan, iyang tultulon kung kinsa sa iyang mga residente ang wala nagtuman ani balaod sa 9003 Act, ato silang pagasibutan. Number one, ato silang ipatawag, ato silang pumustahon kung kaya ba nila ang usa ka trabaho. Mao kini ang spirit ani nga ordinansa. Nga unta, mahatagan ni kini og higayon nga makalabang haron ato nang masugdan ang gusto nga implementasyon nga kabahin ni aning solid waste, kabahin aning pagpanglimpyo kay dako kay epekto Mr. Chair sa kabahin sa panglawas. Una, matutukan ni ani ang atong mga duty cases. Kung musuroy ang barangay kay obligado siya nga mamultahan o obligado siya nga masilutan, nagtuo ko there is a will for them to work. Muna, Mr. Chair, nga unta mahatagan ni kini og higayon na naman ni sa Committee on Laws and Rules na unta aron gyud nga makita nato kung epekto ba ni ordinansa. Kung ang barangay dili mo tuman ini or ang katawhan dili mo tuman ini na epekto sa atong pag-implementar. So muna akong prayer Mr. Chair nga unta masugdan ni aron sa ato nang ma-deliver kini nga ordinansa. Daghang salamat mga kapustahan.
Thank you very much, Councilor Ian Adjas. Anyway, aside from that proposed ordinance, awaiting the decision of the Committee on Laws and Rules, the Committee on Barangay Affairs is included in the referral on the special report of Councilor Abad. May we now recognize the majority floor leader.
Yes, we have another member who is requesting to have the floor, Mr. Chair, Councilor John Michael Seno, to report on the progress, to give a special report on the progress regarding the 37 unfinished infrastructure projects upon your recognition, Mr. Chair.
Okay, the Honorable John Michael Seno is recognized.
Thank you so much once again, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you so much, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Bernie Balata. Last week, Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Public Works and the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation have started their works, considering that the Council have moved already to the committee, to the both committees, to render us a terminal report on this audit observation memorandum coming from the Commission on Audit. No? First hand information that we got, Mr. Presiding Officer, is that in the 20% development fund, there are 37 projects down on that problem. However, when we invited COA, it's not 37 projects. It's 126 projects in the city of Cagayan de Oro. And the amount is not only 200 plus million pesos. It's all about, it's sum up around 1 billion plus projects starting from year 2018 to 2022. Mr. Presiding Officer, that composes of roads, projects, flood control, water system, land development, and various infrastructure projects in the city of Cagayan de Oro. I would just like to render my progress report to this committee, Mr. Presiding Officer, because right now, supposed to be the engineering office and the accounting office would give us their report. No? Okay, we want to know the real score, how many percentage have this project been finished by the contractors as of now, Mr. Presiding Officer, and of course the disbursements coming from the city accounting, so that we could tell na pwede man mo istorya sila, Mr. Presiding Officer, na wala pa na nakadawat o mobilization, musulti ang city engineers, then how come we would know if we would not ask the city accounting on this? And they have promised to give us a report today or last Friday, but up until now, this representation doesn't receive an information so that we could proceed. Supposed to be tomorrow, Mr. Presiding Officer, with the actual inspection to the sites so that we could finish the recommendation, and we will present it to the plenary next week, hopefully. But for now, Mr. Presiding Officer, di kami makamove forward up until that the city engineers and the city accounting would release the said information to the committee so that we could move forward, Mr. Presiding Officer. No? I just called up the new city engineer, Engineer OIC, Engineer Joel Momongan on this, and most probably today or tomorrow we could give already the report, no? And hopefully this week, Mr. Presiding Officer, we could start now the actual inspection of these 126 projects, not 37. I repeat, 126 projects that cost around more than 1 billion pesos budget in the city of Cagayan de Oro. That's for my progress report, Mr. Presiding Officer, because I am obliged to report as what being asked by the minority floor leader to render a report. So I render my report right now, Mr. Presiding Officer, and thank you so much and good afternoon to everybody.
Thank you very much, the Honorable John Michael Cano. Anyway, all the details can be discussed in the joint committee. If there are other questions from the members of the 20th Council. So, meantime, no room for interpretation whatsoever. We will please reserve our questions and have this loud at the joint committee, please. So anyway, thank you very much for the three special reporters.
Yes, we will now proceed, Mr. Chair, to our orders of the day.
We can go ahead, Madam Majority Floor.
omnibus motion for items 1, 2, and 3. Item number 1, proposed resolution number 2023-452, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 21, the city, its ordinance number 02, covering its supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2023. Item number 2, proposed resolution number 2023-453, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Bayabas, this city, its ordinance number 001-2023, series of 2023, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2023. And item number 3, proposed resolution number 2023-454, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Indahag, this city, its ordinance number 001-2023, series of 2023, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2023, with an estimated income, each with corresponding amount, with the information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. May we call on and recognize Councilor Maria Lourdes Esdelane as member of the Barangay Affairs, Committee on Barangay Affairs, to make the appropriate motion.
Councilor Dr. Madu Gaani is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May hapon ka na tanan. I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2023-452. Proposed resolution number 2023-453. And proposed resolution number 2023-454.
Any second? Any objection? There be none. These three resolutions are hereby approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Any second? Move, seconded, approved.
Item number 4, proposed resolution number 2023-455, returning to the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Taglimaw, the city, its resolution number 02, series of 2023, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2023, with an estimated income of 388,780 pesos, with the information that said resolution is operative in its entirety. May we recognize Councilor John Michael Seno, the chairperson of the Committee on Sports and Youth Development.
Councilor Seno is recognized.
I so move for its approval, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Any second? Objection? None? Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Any second? Move, seconded, approved.
Item number 5, proposed ordinance number 2023-266, appropriating the sum of 47,474.19 centavos from the salary savings of the item number 16, Community Affairs Officer 2, under the Personal Services of the Office for Community Affairs for the period January 1 to February 1, 2023, in the 2023 annual budget, to be made available for the payment of the unpaid claim for salary for the period November 2, 2022 to December 31, 2022 of Ms. Ivy Joy J. Romanillos, Community Affairs Assistant 2, who was appointed as regular permanent plantilla personnel of the Office for Community Affairs effective November 2, 2022. May we recognize Councilor George S. Goking, member of the Committee on Laws and Rules, to make the appropriate motion.
Item number 5, I find a proposed ordinance number 2023-266. Find all the things are in order. I move for the approval, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? None? Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Any second? Approved.
Item number 6, proposed ordinance number 2023-267, appropriating the sum of 263,897.73 from the item personal services, terminal leave benefits of the J.R. Borja General Hospital earmarked for Ms. Pergenita E. Casino, Administrative Officer 3 of JRBGH in the 2023 annual budget to be made available for the payment of the terminal leave pay of Ms. Carol Jane D. Ponce, former nurse 2 of said hospital, who retired from the government service effective February 1, 2022. May we call on our ex-officio member of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, Councilor James Judith, to make the appropriate motion.
Councilor James Judith is recognized.
Mr. Chair, move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2023-267.
Any second? Objection? None? Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Any second? Seconded? Approved.
Item number 7, proposed ordinance number 2023-268, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Understanding or MOU with the Kaban Kalikasan ng Pilipinas Foundation Incorporated or KKPFI, covering the implementation of the Plastic Smart Cities pilot project in Barangay Lapasan and Barangay Carmen, both this city, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May we call on Councilor Roger Abaday, Chairperson of the Committee on Environment, to make the appropriate motion.
Councilor Abad is recognized.
I move to approve the proposed resolution.
Any second? Objection? None? Approved.
I move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Seconded? Approved.
We have, for our inclusion, we have 4 items, Mr. Chair. Upon your approval for inclusion.
Yes, Councilor Abad. Before we move.
May I include for inclusion, Mr. Chair, for resolution congratulating Japan Karate Association, Cagayan de Oro chapter, for winning medal during the traditional karate open tournament held in Subic. I am punishing the Secretariat for their guidance to craft
Subject this time.
Thank you,
With reference to the document to be handed by the Honorable Abad. So there are 5 items for inclusion being moved by the majority floor here. Any second? Seconded? Approved.
Item number 8, proposed resolution number 2023-456, commending the issuance of proclamation number 298 by the Office of the President, which lifted the declaration of state of emergency in Mindanao on account of lawless violence under proclamation number 55 as 2016. I would like to call on Councilor George S. Goking to make the appropriate motion.
Before the appropriate motion, can you give a little expounding of
The
proposal.
Chair, the state of emergency proclamation number 55 is against the account of lawless violence in Mindanao, prohibiting many of the foreign citizens to come to Mindanao for investment because of this. So we have encountered since 2016 prohibitions from other investors because during one of my visits in the US, nakabutang nitong areas not to be visited Cagayan de Oro City. So kung pwede, this resolution be forwarded to other U.S. embassies that Mindanao is no longer under the state of emergency. Medyo apiki po atong tourism, atong business because of this. So I find the proposed resolution number 2023-456 in order. I move to approve, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So it's moved and seconded. Any objection? So the resolution is hereby approved.
Move to approve on the second and final reading.
Moved and seconded. Any objection? None. Approved.
Item number 9, proposed resolution number 2023-457, expressing the 20th City Council's deepest sorrow for the untimely demise of Honorable Martin Felix P. Rodriguez, City Councilor of El Salvador City, Misamis Oriental, and conveying most profound sympathy and condolences to the bereaved family, subject to styling. Proponents, all members, I move for the approval, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? Of course, none.
Move to
Approved.
approve on second and final reading.
Second? Seconded.
Item number 10, proposed resolution number 2023-458, expressing the 20th City Council's deepest sorrow for the untimely demise of Honorable Erlinda R. Padere, Barangay Kagawad of Barangay Carmen, the city, and conveying most profound sympathy and condolences to the bereaved family, subject to styling. Proponents, all members, move to approve, Mr. Chair.
Any second? So moved and seconded. Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Seconded. Approved.
Item number 11, proposed resolution number 2023-459, expressing the 20th City Council's deepest sorrow for the untimely demise of Honorable Benvenido A. Ingles, former Punong Barangay and incumbent Barangay Kagawad of Barangay Number 5, the city, and conveying most profound sympathy and condolences to the bereaved family. Proponents, all members, I move for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Seconded. Approved.
Item number 12, proposed resolution number 2023-460, congratulating the Japan Karate-Do Association. Karate-Do? Karate-Do Association, Nihon Karate Kyokai Philippines Incorporated, Cagayan de Oro City Chapter, for winning medals during the traditional Karate-Do Open 2023 held in Subic, subject to styling. Proponent, Councilor Roger G. Abaday. May we request Councilor Abaday to make the
Councilor
appropriate
Baday is recognized.
I move the proposed resolution number 2023-460 for approval.
Any second? Objection? None. Approved.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Moved and seconded. Approved.
Having no other matters, Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second? Seconded. Session adjourned.
Taking the majority of minority floor.